Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading.
Protection of the Electro Argon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Naruto, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Naruto, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Naruto, please, see that he
Most
stays
humans
safe.
could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading.
By the protection of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Naruto, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom. Naruto, please, see that he stays safe.
Alright, am I stream? Am I streaming? Okay, I think we're live. Alright. Now, we are doing the Iridori Festival thingy, and hopefully we'll be able to finish it before the timer ends. Let's check out the events. Wait, let me close this thing first. There's a lot of interruptions coming in and out. Let's see. Remaining time is 5 hours. So I think we can quick start. Complete Firmana Fall Leaves to unlock the full experience. Quick start. So I'm gonna Minakokui first. What's this? You should complete Kamisato Ayato's story quest, Raiden Shogun's story quest, Imperatrix Umbrosa. Really? First, to get the best experience of the event. Do you wish to start the event without completing the aforementioned story quest? Yes! We want to. We want to start that out first because I'm saving Ayato's story quest for another time. So terribly sorry. Let me turn this off. Terribly sorry. Hang on a sec. What happened? Let me turn off the electric fan so we don't have a lot of noise coming out. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to do Festival of Elegance thingy. I don't know what it is, what it's about, but we'll just listen in on the whole spiel. But it's really hot here in the Philippines. By the way, this is the first time I'm streaming in my home country, in the Philippines, and oh my god, I have 3 viewers already. One of them is my friend, of course. Shout out to my good friend over there. Hello, hello in the chat. Okay. And we're both live on Twitch. If you want to follow me on Twitch, just type in the same channel name. Okay. All right. So quest leads us here. But it's really hot here in the Philippines.
Hi, Catherine. We heard that you have a new commission for us.
That's correct. There's a requester who has submitted a designated commission for the two of you.
A designated commission? Sounds like it must be pretty important. What kind of task is it exactly?
There's no need to worry. This commission is not dangerous by any means. Perhaps you have heard that Inazuma will soon be holding a major festival, the magnificent Iridori Festival.
Ooh, Iridori.
Come to think of it, we haven't attended a festival in Inazuma for a while.
The Yashiro Commission and Lady Yai are responsible for all the festival preparations. The one who has requested your help is none other than Lady Yai herself.
Oh, so it's Migo's commission.
You know Miko. She always has some unusual ideas in her head. You can bet a festival planned by her is gonna be one to remember. We better go to Grand Narukami Shrine and see what she needs us to do.
Yep, let's go.
Lady Yai is currently at Yaya Publishing House in Hanamizaka, so there is no need to go all the way to the shrine. In fact, she has instructed me to have you directly meet with her there.
Okay.
Well, that's convenient enough. Let's go then.
Let go. Let's go. What's happening? The Strange Tale of Suiko something. I wasn't able to read it out first. It says go down lower. So we're going down lower. Ooh, I'm seeing her panties. I'm sorry. Alright. Oh, Yai Publishing House is here. Sorry. Forgot.
Tanya and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yai Publishing House were bound and sent out yesterday afternoon, Lady Yai.
Very good. And Murata?
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty Reborn as Raiden with Unlimited Power and Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
Well done. And what about you, Onodera?
Onodera. He looks like he's in trouble.
Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady Yai. Everything is ready for the new issue release party.
You are the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence. Besides, there's no need to be nervous. This project is destined for success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yes, Lady Yai. Thank you very much.
Alright. That seems to... He's a
All
little
right
bit
then.
suspicious.
Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Chop chop! Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission,
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami Shrine? You weren't thinking of dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
Yeah, forget it.
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me ask you, little ones. Whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Huh? But
Yes, that is true. But now that the Sokoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma is no longer the same nation that once resisted change tooth and nail. Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a unique twist.
Wow, international.
I suppose I should start by telling you the origins of the Iridori festival. Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma who were supremely gifted in singing and writing poetry. They are known as the 5 Kasen. Every year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review, which would then spark culture discussions regarding those works. Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great influence at that time. As time passed,
Alright.
people began creating various tales based on the 5 Kasen. The Iridori festival was also developed as a result to show appreciation for their works, which so greatly enriched our lives.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, people have gradually forgotten about the 5 Kasen and the festival. Which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori festival by holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But wait a minute, light novels?
What about the refined elegant stuff you just said?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma?
Yeah.
And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to Ultivat through light novels. As they say, it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly carried away by Miko's persuasive tongue. Come on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interest.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here. Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
Maybe a little. All right, Paimon's super curious now.
Me too.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Iridori Festival, here we go. But I have a feeling that Yai Miko is just going to scheme us into doing something we're not supposed to do. Or we're gonna get dragged into something that we really shouldn't be involved in. Just a feeling. I mean, she's done it before. Like, the whole problem in Inazuma doesn't involve anything about us. Like, the whole breaking of the Sukoku decree and whatever. Yeah, I know, right? But that's life. We are the traveler, and we must do what shall be done. Ooh, what's this? There's a lot of paintings.
During the Iridori festival, The area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there will also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties.
Cool.
This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the Five Kasen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow.
Hi,
How'd you
Mayra.
put this? It's
Hello.
definitely not your typical festival.
Thank you for
but it
attending my
sure looks
stream
like
here
it'll
on
be quite
YouTube.
the party.
It's like a light novel paradise.
Huh.
No, one of my students from my
what are
class.
these blank
Yeah,
boards in the center of the
she's
plaza?
on YouTube, I suppose.
Yes, those are...
By the way, Mayra, we are also on Twitch. Thank you for attending our
Lady, I did mention
wonderful
that there would be some
live stream
reliable
today.
helpers coming to assist with
I'll
the
be playing
festivities.
for more than 6 hours.
It appears she
hopefully.
met you two.
Fingers crossed.
At last, we meet
Kamisato
again,
Ayato.
traveler in Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Kamisato Ayato. Pillar of Fortitude, the young but accomplished clan head of the Yashiro Commission's Kamisato clan. Kamisato Ayato is gentle and polite in his manners and is a highly capable operator. Too much flavor text.
It's
We know who
Ayako.
he is. We have him
Wow,
already.
So even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing as Lady Yai has poured her heart and soul into the preparations, I'm obliged to be equally dedicated.
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so formal. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detailed rundown.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the Five Kasen. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts.
Okay.
Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For
Ooh.
example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Tivat to serve as a guide for our guests.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna be the ushers.
I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way.
Yeah, so we're like
This
usher
arrival
boys.
schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
Okay. 2 days before the festival, the ship and guests, large passenger ship, bards from Mondstadt, a guest painter, Calx, and his dependent. Estimated time of arrival is 8 a.m. Second day of the festival, ship guests, large ships, calligraphers, painters from Liyue, theater mechanicus players, a guest writer, Zenyu. Third day, ship guests, large cargo, stopover, 1 person, 9 a.m. Following day, release date. Release date of the event. Oh, okay. That's cool.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. I have to meet with my editors, so I must be going now.
Alright, girl,
During the
let's
festival,
go.
most of the Yai Publishing House's editors will be staying near the Outlander Affairs Agency. If you run into any problems, you may find them there.
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention, so I must excuse myself for now. I'll leave the guests in your hands.
Okay, we're ushers. That's our
All the
job.
details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. Let's take a closer look.
Wait
and
until
be
the
sure to
following
pick up
day.
the passengers according to the times written on it.
Yay, Mora. Alright, so I'm supposed to wait for somebody at around 8 o'clock. Let me change the schedule. Or the time. 8 o'clock. Let's leave it at, yeah, let's leave it at 8:43. We'll just wander around. Alright. Okay.
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artist for the 5 Kasim portraits should be on board.
Artist from the 5
The
Cause
boat should be
artist.
arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks.
So I have a feeling it's Albedo because he's the only one that I know from Mondstadt who paints. Yeah, you've already done the quest. Thank you for the spoilers. Thank you for the spoilers, dude. Knew it! Mondstadt, bards.
Hello, you must be here to take part in the Iridori Festival. We're the festival guides, and we'll show you around.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from Mondstadt. Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tonga's bard then? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't receive an invitation?
Oh snap! Even if he was invited, there's a chance he still wouldn't show up.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, you know, Vendi's and
Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Vendi no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an Archon. If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only
Oh,
would
it's
it seem a little
Kali!
childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
it's Kali!
Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon!
Oh, it's Kali!
Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival? No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a dependent pass.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Iridori Festival, I predicted that I might run into you here.
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kassen!
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial director of the Yai Publishing House there.
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've arrived.
That's how kids are.
Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. I'm certain he said that he'd be sure to arrive before me. This might be a problem. Well, Mr. Hirayama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kasen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hirayama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Iridori festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening ceremony, which is the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished at the last minute. Just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Iridori festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received the manuscript. I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions or compliment you on your artistic genius.
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials in advance, so that I can be better prepared.
Speaking of which, Miko did mention...
Right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the Outlander Affairs Agency these next few days. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too. We'll take you over there to see if we can find him, Albedo.
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International Trade Association and get some rest. We will be back soon.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
I don't believe you one bit. Klee, I don't believe you one bit, Klee. Where's Hariyama? Hirayama or Hariyama, I forgot what his name was. But yeah.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave. Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though. Even with the emergency prints, it still might not be enough.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with this?
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation as we speak.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just an internal issue. That's all. How can I help you?
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is currently at the warehouse down by the harbor.
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 Kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding the 5 Kasen. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
About that.
There's a problem.
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume of A Legend of Sword?
Huh? How did you know?
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must have cropped up. To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hirayama directly. And after considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to a Legend of Sword, which I did the illustrations for.
Well,
Oh,
I'm very sorry.
Kuroda, you are
The situation is
corroded.
just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you now. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So they promptly alerted the Tenryou Commission. The Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse. It was then that we realized that the latest copies of A Legend of Sword had suddenly gone missing.
What?
What? The books are
Yeah.
missing?
Not
Same
so
reaction,
loud.
Paimon.
Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release in the last phase of the Iridori Festival, but the author, Chin-Yu, will be personally attending the release party as well.
Ooh,
Because of the
shite.
dire situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related to that suspicious outlander.
I see. And would be a great misfortune if A Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule. And quite a disappointment for Chen-Yu as well. If Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down to see if I can be of any help.
Let's go.
Jenny?
Too much talk.
Sounds like a name from Liyue. Albedo, what kind of person is the author of this book?
I have not met him personally, but the editor said that he is actually the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild family in Liyue.
Isn't that Shinshu?
Do you know him?
We met on a couple of occasions. They actually bring him along on the
That's a real
party.
twist. Paimon never would have guessed that Xingqiu would be publishing a light novel together with Albedo. But enough about that. Xingqiu would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing.
Yeah.
Let's accompany Albedo to the warehouse too.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Where's the warehouse? Oh, okay. I can just walk. Alright. Something's wrong. I see Venti. What is Venti doing there? Oh god. What did you do?
Huh? It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course. Is that surprising?
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is indeed me.
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Wait. What's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Well, I can't say he's a complete stranger. You could say we're quite familiar.
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But what's this about being a stowaway?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect that he might have entered the country illegally.
Ooh.
And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze.
Can we ask him a few questions?
If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please. Be my guest.
Oh, Venti! You illegally did you?
Ouch, your words wound me. We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious glares. You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding, don't you think?
Similar means?
Let's not bring up the past.
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely that someone acquainted with the likes of him would ever be here illegally, right?
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. So, naturally, I decided to set sail with them. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep in the cargo crate while carefully comparing the tastes of dandelion wine and Inazuman sake. And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryo Commission General glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable. But it still feels a bit...
Shameless.
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA Publishing House, and there are some questions I would like to ask you. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the...
Oh crap. What happened? Reconnecting. Hang on a sec. What happened? Oh crap, I have to repeat the whole dialogue again? Crap. We're gonna skip everything. I can't believe we have to repeat the whole dialogue again. Yeah. Venti stole something, he drank some wine.
It's you! What?
I'm here on behalf.
No, Sarah!
Not you, Sarah.
Considering
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a traveler, Paimon, do you know?
You could say we're quite familiar.
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he...
Although he claims to be a... And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze. If it would...
Oh,
ouch.
Similar means?
That's, yeah, no joke.
but why weren't you...
Well, once aboard, I found, and when I woke up,
Coming from Venti...
Excuse
Shameless.
me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA Publishing House. Based on
Let's
what
go,
you just
Hariyama.
said,
Just ask your
actually,
questions.
I did hear...
We don't have a lot of time.
but if you clearly heard something,
Oh.
Huh? What?
When it comes to burglars, they are, as for the...
I see. But
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least 3 conclusions now. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights in the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse, and might even have a key. And third,
There must be more than one criminal involved.
I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It must have been a team effort. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our culprits.
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff. If you come across any further clues, please notify us immediately.
yes, understood. I'll leave it to you then.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma was legal or not.
Ooh.
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sarah's quite the meticulous one. So, letter, Venti?
Yes, the invitation letter. I'm truly sorry. I can't seem to remember where I may have put it.
How could you lose something so important?
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my hand the whole trip. Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink, I know that I kept it in a secure place. I even recall being most pleased at coming up with a good idea at the time.
If you were
Hat.
holding the invitation in your hands the whole time, then why did you put it down?
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I had to hold a glass in each hand. I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time. But surely I wouldn't put it in just any random place. It could easily be misplaced.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured it out, traveler?
His hat.
You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two already know where the invitation letter is?
His hat.
Ah, yes! I remember now. I knew you'd help me find it.
So stupid. He's so stupid.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. Now that we've confirmed this guest's identity, I have no further questions. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay at the International Trade Association. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
Venti, you're so stupid.
There goes Sara. Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hiroyama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged to meet today.
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to find such a mess. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kasen. All the information that we could find is compiled here.
About the 5 Kasen. Long ago, there were 5 legendary poets in Inazuma supremely gifted with music and writing. They were honored as the 5 Kasen, meaning 5 fairies of singing and poetry. It is said that the shogun loved their works profoundly and that every year one of them would go to Tenshokaku and present their new poetry collection for the shogun's perusal. The 5 Kazen are known as Suiko, Aoi no Okina, Akahito, Sumizome, and Kurunushi, respectively. But their real names were lost in history. According to a widely accepted theory, the tales of the 5 Kazen had once been repeatedly adapted and performed on stage, with the 5 characters each dressed in a distinct color: green, blue, red, white, and black. Over time, theatergoers started referring to them by these colors, hence the names we see today. Still, there exist other theories. For instance, some believe that Suiko was named after his dwelling, a thatched cottage known as the Suiko hut. Some also would say that Aka in Akahito was derived from the poet's habit of marking his works with a scarlet red seal. About the tales of the 5 Kazen, everyone in Inazuma knows the tale of the 5 Kazen. Stories featuring them were once all the rage in Inazuma. It is unfortunate, however, that that despite their popularity and abundance at the time, not so much detail survived till today. Most were probably lost during the Great Calamity 500 years ago. According to existing literature during the Golden Age, when many such stories were being created, they usually followed the same set of rules: 4 poems in succession, each telling a fragment of a story from a Kazen's point of view, with four together completing the whole tale. What was curious that no single chapter seemed to be narrated from Kurunoshi's 5 Kazen summary. Suiko, a free sake-loving soul born in an ordinary family. Some say he got the name Suiko from the Suiko hut, the thatched cottage he lived in. Aoi no Okina, an old man accomplished in chess in addition to poems. He has also left behind a few novels. Some say he was actually a shogunate official who had not made a name until his senior years. Others say he was not a human, but a very old kitsune in a human form. Akahito is a talented swordsman who most likely came from a martial family. Some say his name was derived from the habit of marking his works with scarlet red seal. Sumizome, she once was a shrine maiden skilled in floral arts and dancing. Later, she became the shogun's personal attendant. Some say she resigned from her position after she became famous and devoted herself to artistic creation. Others say she kept serving the shogun until her old age. Kuronushi, sorry. Little is known about him, nor does anyone know who he really is. Maybe this explains the more varied version of his identity and personality from the story as compared to the other four Kazen. Okay.
Let's see here. Yes, it's just as I had suspected. Monikers such as Suiko and Aoi no Okina aren't the real names of the five Kasen. Though there were once many stories regarding each of the five Kasen, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified in present times. Alas, what a shame.
It's a shame.
But, at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar style. So there is still something we may glean from this.
So, is the info useful for your paintings, Albedo?
To some extent, yes. However, I must admit that it is still lacking and fails to fulfill the most crucial element. Inspiration.
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. However, it is not possible to gather anything more at the moment. Though, Lady Yai did say that there are many variations of the story about the five Kasen, and everyone has a different story in their heart. So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart, and create something that you yourself find interesting.
Okay.
That does sound like something Nico would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hirayama. No need to worry. I'll find inspiration for the portraits.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to ask of everyone. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyu, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by boat. If you see him, please do not mention the stolen novels for the time being. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Yaya Publishing House will do its best to ensure that the novel's release is a success.
I get it now.
You have my gratitude. I'll be going then.
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Let's go. Huh? Betty? What are you doing over there? You don't want us to leave you behind, do you?
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here for a moment? There's something peculiar that I think you should see.
What now, Venti? What are you after?
What is it, Venti? Piece of paper.
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse this morning, I discovered this paper in the cargo crate where I was sleeping. I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the cargo. After a quick glance, I stuffed it into a place nearby. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at what's written on it.
Five Cousin Splendor. Suiko. Mind-dwelling was far from the wider world, but for my fame, my peace was disturbed. In blue clad, I went for Tenshukaku to present our work, but Aoi's work was missing a page. I kneel and beg for divine wrath to be stilled, and I told what I knew of how it was lost. Previous night I had been drunk, and then a person's shadow had passed me over. Some treacherous scoundrel must have stolen the poem, leading to my great loss of faith. Face.
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute.
told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant for the
Tipsy.
shogun get stolen. Ah, this story sounds familiar to my ear.
Yeah, because
Where
it's
have I
you.
read it?
It's literally you.
It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed it is. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, or even a witness to the theft. But why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness, why didn't they attempt to stop the burglary?
Yeah.
Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the day, let us find an inn with good drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Hey, you just sobered up and you're already thinking about more drinks? And let's not forget that Albedo still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together. It'll be my treat.
Wait a minute. What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it seems I've found my source of inspiration. If I
Venti.
use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes.
It's Venti.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Okay.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
It's Venti. It's so funny.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, tone-deaf bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows? You might soon discover another story.
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the 5 Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given, we've only found the first of a total of 4 chapters.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points regarding the stories of the 5 Kasen that have left me rather curious. For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures, yet all the popular stories only consist of 4 parts. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. Seeds of stories brought by the wind and cultivated by time.
Ooh.
So for now, we need but just wait patiently.
Okay. We get. Alright. The Strange Tales of Suiko's Tincture. Okay. Completion of the Iridori Festival has started. Yay! What do I get? Iridori Poetry. Bodlin is discussing. Okay. You must complete What blue flowers left behind? Okay, go to quest. Talk to Utomo. We have enough to pull? Not yet. We'll be pulling for Ayaka along the way. So if you guys are watching, maybe one of these pulls will be a 5-star. Who knows? Utomo. Miss, may I see that you've been walking back and forth in this area for some time now. I believe you must be someone who appreciates the elegance of the arts. There is a question of elegance that I might need your help with. Would you mind lending me your aid? Sure. Though I only have just met this man, Linne, a bard from Mondstadt, over here, we already became fast friends. Utomo speaks the truth. We only know each other for a few days, but I already have the greatest respect for his great learning. You are too kind, Lin. In any case, we might have made friends through poetry. And we're talking about the opportunity to make a collaborative work. Since Lenny has gone through all the efforts to come to Inazuma, he really wants to add a bit of Inazuman flavor to his work. Indeed, unfortunately my itinerary has been too tight and I haven't had time to go around to see the sights. So, what can I do for you? Here, the poem is nostalgia. Upon seeing the sights of a distant land, a vagabond cannot help but remember their home. That's why I need you to do something for him. Do things in my poem that symbolize this distant place. Would you help me take a few pictures from which I can draw some inspiration? Inazuma should have a great number of unique sights to see, yes? For example, when you speak of Mondstadt, everyone's minds will turn to dandelions and windwheel asters. Oh, Paimon gets it now. In this case, I'll take a few pictures of some of Inazuma's regional specialties. That should do. Indeed, it will be a okay. Copy of half-done poem manuscript, just for you to use as reference for my material. As for the number of pictures, I think I need 4, each showcasing different contents. Will do. I will pay for your travel fees you may incur in the process. Any alright, let's head out now. Upon seeing the sights of Mondstadt, a vagabond cannot help but pictures of Inazuma. Okay. Take pictures of specific regions to receive daily themes to obtain inspiration. Help with poems. Okay. Regional specialties. Regional specialties. I'm thinking of Sacred Sakura or Sakura Blooms, I think. Then the Naku Weed. So I can take 2 pictures here. Let me see if I can still remember. I hope I didn't take one here. Yeah, I did not. Okay, good. So one way is, I think I should activate this one first and then take a picture of it. Okay, did it count? Okay. So I think I can... I think I remember, yeah, beetles here. Okay. Picture of beetles. Alright. Naku Weed is somewhere here, so I'm supposed to go here. Just need to jump off of the cliff and then I can take a picture of the Naku weeds. I think I'm doing a good job here. There's knuckleweed somewhere here. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, not really sure, but I think there is. Come on, where are you? I remember I kept on farming this to level up my Yoimiya. See? Knuckleweed. Take a picture. Why don't you take a picture? It will last longer. Okay, last one is I think the easiest one is somewhere here. You know the Raiden Shogun fruits? I forgot the name of the Raiden Shogun fruits, but I remember there's something that we need when I need. We're facing the wrong way. It's supposed to be here. Yes, I've not unlocked the underground tunnel there. I will do it some other time. So we can go. Iridori Poetry Part 1. I'm just going to take the pictures for Ledne or Lean. I don't know what you called him. Wonderful. Have a look, and your pictures are true inspiration. Thank you. Now that I've attempted to write several different stanzas according to the pictures you provided me, I'm quite torn which one to use. I'm quite curious, actually. If it were you, which one would you use? Let's just select this one. Purple symbolizes Her Excellency's. The two lines really do have an Inazuman flavor. Miss, you truly have a good eye. Tomo, since both of you are new friends, you're both enamored of the two lines, then let's use them. Friend, thank you so much for your aid. Well, thank you for appreciating my aid, Mr. Uotomo. What can I get? Another one? I'm fortunate enough to have met the people with such fine taste such as you and Lenny. Indeed, blah 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 blah, uncommon name, blah blah blah. I shall remember it. Okay. Okay, so what do I need to bring to him? Okay. Let's go and continue on with the quest, I suppose. Okay. Let's go to Act 2.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be.
Yay! We'll go and finish Lenny's feature quest later because I think we're going to do and start to continue. Oh, I have Primo Gems again. Not yet enough.
Goodness knows what they
I
find so
think I can
disappointing about.
pull because I remember I made earlier I just pulled fortune slips. So hopefully this is the time we're going to get. We're at around 70 in my pity. I don't know exactly what number, but I think we're near the 50-50. No, not yet. Okay. So we still have time. We have a lot of Inazuman quests to do. Still have time. Let's not get wait till 8 o'clock. Alright. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still have a lot of time. I have mail. I received mail. Shut up, Paimon. I remember we received mail. Okay.
Same forever is quite beautiful.
You know that Shincho will be on board, right? So we should be careful not to say anything about the stolen novels.
Stolen novels. Let's just go and invite them to Inazuma, which is supposed to be our job. I mean, honestly, we're ushers. We need to take everything seriously here.
Hi there! You must be visiting from Liyue to participate in the Iridori Festival. We'll be your guides and we'll take you onto the island. Huh? Is it Paimon or have we met somewhere before?
Yes, in fact we have. I'm Shu from Feiyun Commerce Guild. Aboard this ship we have calligraphers, painters, and even players of Theater Mechanicus. The inventor of Theater Mechanicus previously came to the Feiyun Commerce Guild seeking investment. Although the guild manager was not interested, the master still wanted to support them. We heard that they'd be demonstrating the game and letting people try Theater Mechanicus at the Iridori Festival. So the guild manager instructed Master and I to take the opportunity to come to Inazuma and investigate the product's potential.
Oh, speaking of which, where's the young master?
Master, he's,
Whoa, Shincho's just sitting there, sound asleep.
What? Oh. It's the traveler in Paimon. I presume you're guests in Inazuma as well? It seems
No,
fate
we're
has
your
destined
ushers.
our paths to cross once again.
Oh, we aren't actually guests. We're actually guides for the Iridori Festival.
Oh, oops. How are you doing?
Please, no need to worry. I was a little too caught up in a novel on the voyage here. When I finally realized what time it was, the first rays of dawn were already peeking over the horizon. Yes, now that we've arrived, the Conjo Commission will likely wish to inspect our invitation letter. Let's keep it in hand, shall we? Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong?
There was a piece of paper underneath my bag. Strange. I don't recall seeing it there before.
Ooh, let Paimon have a look.
Five Cousins Splendor, Aoi no Okina. The Five Cousins Splendor, Aoi no Okina. Glorious court life was my youth, in my old age a moonlit haze. I had not wished to have so treacherously, but my very life was threatened. So I sought out my old work and hid them in my clothes. I do not understand the reason behind all that has happened. Only that my mysterious person's motives must be perverse. This poem was dedicated to Akihito, who to my great sorrow was banished.
There's no doubt about it. It's from the same series as the story we found before. Even the handwriting looks exactly the same.
The story you found before?
Oh yeah, in the warehouse down by the
Known by the ahem.
poem hunt competition. Yeah, that's it. A friend of ours is en route to paint portraits of the five Kasen. You know, as part of the Iridori Festival. Poetic stories about the five Kasen have been hidden in various places nearby. If you can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours, then there's a chance you'll become the model for for the next portrait!
Wait a moment. So you mean that...
He's on to us. Paimon, you're so terrible at making up stories.
Hey! It's hard coming up with stuff on the spot like that.
There's a chance of meeting Calx in person?
Huh? Oh, yeah. You could say that.
Really? That's wonderful! I knew that Calx would attend the Iridori festival, but convincing my father to let me come to Inazuma was proving to be quite the high hurdle. I had to really rack my mind to come up with the excuse of evaluating the investment value of Theater Mechanicus. Just a few days later, word then came that Calx would be busy painting portraits of the 5 Kasen during the festival. It is a most rare opportunity for both Calx and I to be in Inazuma together, but it seemed he would be too busy with the portraits to meet with me. So, I felt quite disappointed for some time now.
Don't worry, Shinjo. Even though Calx has work to do, he still has time to see friends. We can take you to see him right now. Also, we heard that Calx did illustrations for your A Legend of Sword novel.
Ah, so you've already heard. To be honest, my works have drawn little interest in Liyue. However, the novels are selling quite well in Inazuma with the help of Calx's beautiful illustrations. Calx is not only a skilled artist, but he also carries out his craft with great alacrity. I heard that it took him merely a few hours to finish the illustrations for the latest chapter. But when I looked at the art, the brushwork did not even look the slightest bit rushed. His work is truly exquisite. Oh my, I was beginning to get carried away there.
Yeah, you were
Let us
simping for
depart.
Albedo.
Quickly now.
Luckily, the idea of meeting Albedo managed to draw Shinjo's attention and keep the situation under wraps. Let's just hope we don't let anything slip while meeting Albedo.
What blue flowers left behind? Let's go. Meet Albedo in the Kazan Plaza. Let's go to the Kazan Plaza. Wait, I think they have new quests for me. What type of pictures do you want? Animals from Inazuma. Okay. Animals from Inazuma. I think that could be arranged. 4 animals from Inazuma? That's hard. Don't even know where to take pictures of these animals. Alright. We met Aoi no Okina, I suppose.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you? And who is this accompanying you?
Who that?
You must be Calx. It's a great pleasure to finally meet you. I am the author of A Legend of Sword, forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person. Please, call me Shinjo.
Shinjo.
And you may call me Albedo then.
No, that would be most improper.
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with each other many times before. In fact, I feel a bit self-conscious seeing you act so politely.
It's not just you, Albedo.